Add more puzzles or else I will go insane, cause I already did. Well, good news, that's only one comment. No, stop, no, please stop.
Bro, add more puzzles.
Recently I made a puzzle game on Roblox in only 3 days, and because of the short amount of time, I only got to add 6 puzzles to my game. And that left a lot of you guys really upset and asking for more puzzles. I know in the last video I said I wasn't gonna do another video on this game, but that video kinda blew up and you guys have been begging for more puzzles, so here we go. Oh, but wait, did you really think I was just gonna add more puzzles that easy? No, it's time for some other things first. The first thing I did was add another leaderboard, because I wanted to help players stay engaged in the game. I noticed that people were kinda joining the game and then leaving really quickly, so I decided to add a leaderboard that would be for time played. This leaderboard would track the amount of time that you spend in the game by seconds, and that way people would want to stay in the game longer so that they could get their name on the leaderboard. Literally all I had to do for that was just duplicate my other leaderboards and change a couple things in the code, and that was it. We now had another leaderboard in the game. So basically that leaderboard encouraged people to waste away their lives in my stupid game. After that I decided it was probably time to add something new. Maybe I could add some more puzzles to the game. I mean, after all, there are only 6. Introducing pets. Yeah, you really thought it was going to be more puzzles, didn't you? Did you really think I was just going to add more puzzles right now? You don't even know me. So I decided that I was going to procrastinate the puzzles once again and add some pets to the game. And I decided to add these because I know that every iPad kid loves pets, and I kind of figured those were the people that were going to be playing this game. I found 2 free pet packs by Azius and Luabiri Good on the dev forums, so those were a super big help. Thank you guys for providing those. So the first thing was to figure out how to actually make a pet system. I've done a couple before, but I wanted to make something a lot more advanced than I had in the past. I found this really cool tutorial by Polaris Prague. He goes over some crazy math that even I don't understand, even me with my big brain who can figure out a problem to any solution as I demonstrated in the last video. I have no idea what he was doing. So huge shout out to him for making that tutorial, it was such a huge help. Wouldn't have been able to add the pets without that, so thank you so much. After that I decided to model some really complex eggs, and the way I did that was by taking a sphere, stretching it out, and adding an outline. I imported the egg into Roblox Studio and gave it some color, and there we go, we now had an actual egg. Now the next thing to do was to actually script the egg system, and this actually took a long time, I'm not even joking, this took days to script. The full pet system and the eggs, it was so much work, but I finally got it working. The first thing I did was I added a little animation to the egg, so I just tweened it side to side so that it made it look like it was rocking a little bit when you opened it. It looked like most Roblox games, so I was happy with it. After the animation, I went ahead and actually added some viewport frames. Viewport frames are actually a beautiful creation made by Roblox that allows you to have models inside of UI so that you can look at them through a GUI. That made it super easy to customize how the GUI looked and add an extra pet to it whenever I needed to in the future. And there we go, we had the egg system set up. The egg would hatch, it would open, a white screen would show up, it would fade away, and it would show the pet that you opened. There we go. The next thing to do was to add some colors, because it was kind of boring to see common, rare, epic, and legendary all in the same color. I added a module script that said what each of those colors should be, and then I just required that module script, and then I got those colors, and then I set the colors for the other text labels. And there we go, that added some extra color and flair to the UI. And that was basically the pet system. I also followed the tutorial from Polaris Prague to make sure that the pets had a little waving animation. This used something called sine waves, which has to do with math, and I told you before I'm a math genius, so I know exactly what that means. And it means a curve representing periodic oscillations of constant. Boy, that was a mouthful. Basically what it does is it just adds some little curves to the pets, so it makes it look like they either are flying or walking. And there we go, that was our pet system. I also added a blue egg to be the ocean egg and added 4 ocean themed pets into that egg. There was a shark, a penguin, a turtle, and a magma penguin. I don't know why I added that, but I did. I also made it so you could only have 5 pets equipped at a time, and that you could only own up to 20 pets. So to make sure that people didn't get frustrated, I also added the ability to delete pets so that they could free up more storage and buy more eggs. Kinda looked a lot like every single pet system in the history of Roblox, but that's okay. Okay, so now that the pets were done, I had to kind of think, what's next? And to do that, I decided to look at what you guys were saying. Add more puzzles.
Please add more puzzles.
Add more
Add
puzzles,
more.
please.
Have you added
Why are
more
there only
puzzles?
6
Add more.
puzzles?
Have you added more puzzles?
Add more puzzles. You know what? Forget that. I'm not gonna listen to what you guys are saying, and I'm gonna fix some bugs. You guys don't even know what you're talking about. You don't want more puzzles. You want these bugs to be fixed. I'm sure. So I fixed up the UI of the game to make it a bit more responsive. I noticed mobile wasn't really working at all, so I fixed mobile to add mobile support. I just changed up the functions a little bit and changed up my code, and there we go. That was a bug patched right there. I also realized that on mobile, the drag particles weren't working all the time, so I went ahead and fixed that as well. It was just a couple different things that I had to add to my code, and we were done. And there we go. Now the game was much more playable, especially on mobile. Now after that, I had to decide what was coming next. I could add some more puzzles. Or I could revamp the entire map, because that sounds like a great waste of time. And that's what I decided to do. But because I'm not the greatest modeler, I actually decided to hire somebody else for the map. I decided to go with kind of an island sort of theme for the lobby, and I was going to expand this map a lot and have a lot more room for the eggs. I sent the builder all the details he needed, and he got straight to work on the map. While he's working on that map, you may be interested in something I've been working on that has to do with dev creations, and if you're not, you can just skip to this time right here, but if you are interested in creating your own games and making some extra Robux, then make sure to watch this segment of the video because I'm about to announce something. Recently I released my shop, codebro29.shop. There you can buy high quality models, assets, scripts, whatever you're looking for very cheap prices. You can go to that shop right now by going to codebro29.shop. Plus, I'm also looking for some ideas. If you guys have any ideas of things I should sell, please leave it down in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. I'm thinking of adding some full games to that so that you can buy an entirely finished game and just start making games that way. So if you have any ideas on games that you want me to sell or just other assets, things like that, please let me know in the comments. But other than that, make sure to go check out the shop, codebro29.shop. Oh, and shh, come here. If you're watching this video within the first week of it being published, you can use the code NOMOREPUZZLES to get 10% off your first order. That's no more puzzles with no capital letters. So what are you waiting for? Go to codebro29.shop to start your development journey today. Use code NOMOREPUZZLES for 10% off. And that's about it. Back to the video. Okay, so the builder has just finished the map and it looks awesome. It looks like a really cool island sort of build. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer that over to my studio. Oh, but wait, there's another base plate on here? Oh no. You guys know what I'm gonna have to do to this base plate. I destroyed that base plate and never let it see the light of day again. Okay, so the base plate's destroyed and we have a brand new map. Next thing I did was just create a little obby for that map because the last game had an obby and I wanted to make a new one that had the theme of the new map in it. That way it would kind of tie everything together. Next I brought the leaderboards and the eggs into the new map, and there we go, boom, it was done. So the game was so much more polished. It had an awesome new map, it had a better system for dragging the points, and it had all sorts of new features like pets and eggs. But something was missing. I knew I had to add something. Finally, it was time to add... Nope, scratch that. It was time to re-script everything that I had already done for this game. Yay! So it turns out that those bug fixes actually didn't really help. Mobile was still really unresponsive. It was really hard to drag points on mobile and even on PC, so I decided to completely re-script my entire puzzle system to make it so much more responsive. I previously was using some really weird system with mouse hover and mouse button one down and all this weird stuff that was just really making the game difficult to play. So I switched that over to using a render stepped function, which basically will just fire every frame, and it would detect whatever UI element the mouse was currently over. That way I could always track what square their mouse was over, and then if they were clicking, I could try and detect a drag. I re-scripted it completely and it worked so much better, and there we go. Now mobile and PC are a lot more responsive, and I think people are going to have a much more fun time playing the game. And there we go. Everything was done except for more puzzles. And I know you guys have been asking me to add more puzzles, and I know I need to do it, so it's time. I'm actually gonna add more puzzles. Guys, I'm actually adding more puzzles. This feels surreal. There we go. One more puzzle added. Now there are 7 puzzles in the game. Enjoy. But in actuality, I actually added a ton more puzzles. I actually added a lot of puzzles, and I added an extra color to make sure that there were even more puzzle possibilities. So now instead of a max of 4 colors, there's a max of 5 colors for a puzzle. And there you go. Now you guys can have a much more fun time playing the game because there are so many more puzzles, so many more things to do. If you want to play the game, I'll leave it linked down in the description. And if not, if you want to watch one of my other videos, make sure to click on screen right now. I think you're really going to like that video. Huge thanks to Snorlax and Samuel Ramsey for supporting me on Patreon. Other than that, see you guys in a future video. Peace.